thousand, this contribution is more beneficial to the students of their study. With this concept of e-library, of which contains we have 5 computers and computer lab with internet connectivity, with 4 database, CDJ Law Journal, unlimited use, Manupatra, AR Infotech, Supreme Court Today, and Implement Enlist, which resources Privy Council cases, international court decisions, Supreme Court, High Court decisions, and state national tribunal decisions, more than 277 law commission reports and dictionary, e-books, all barracks of state and central legislation. Our library installed e-Genus library automation software for accession, issue, and return and search of library resources. I am glad to say that our students community is making best use of these facilities to keep themselves abreast of the day-to-day developments in the field of law and administration of justice. For this success, we are thankful to our management, principal, faculty, administrative staff, and students who have cooperated very well and helped us to maintain a disciplined atmosphere, temple of study. This end of my report. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. We are very much privileged to have with us Dr. Shivananda Bhatt, librarian Mahe Manipal, as our chief guest. I would like to call Mr. Nageshwar Shanai of 3 Final to introduce the guest to the gathering.
Good morning, everyone. I, Nagesh Shanai of 3 Final, consider it my privilege to introduce today's chief guest, Dr. K. Shivananda Bhatt, sir. Dr. K. Shivananda Bhatt, sir, obtained his master's degree in Library and Information Science from Mangalore University and PhD from University of Mysore, Karnataka. Presently, he is working as Chief Librarian in KMC Health Science Library, Manipal, and Associate Professor and Coordinator in the Department of Library and Information Science, Manipal Academy of Higher Education, Manipal. In his 32 years of professional career, he has published several papers in journals and conference proceedings. His current areas of interest including information, literary, and research supporting services. With this brief introduction, I present before you our chief guest, Dr. Shivananda Bhatt, sir.
Thank you, Nageshwar. I now request our chief guest to address the gathering.
Good morning to all of you. Respected the principal of this Vaikunta Badiga College of Law, Dr. Professor Nirmala Kumari, the faculty members of this college, Shri Harikrishna sir, the librarian of this college, Shri Sadashiva, President and General Secretaries of Student Council, and students. I'm very happy to participate in this Librarians Day celebration organized by your college. And this is being organized in the library itself. So I'm more happy. Actually, what I thought is I can talk about Ranganathan, because this celebration we are doing, the Librarians Day or Library Day, which we are celebrating, is to remember the contribution made by a father of library science, that is Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, who has contributed a lot to the development of libraries and library science education in India. But a student has already given you who is Ranganathan and what contribution he has made to library science. But still, I may be failing in my duty if I don't tell about him. And his story goes like this. Dr. S.R. Ranganathan, whose day we are celebrating today as a National Library Day or National Librarians Day, basically, he was a mathematician. You may be surprised now that a mathematician, how we can celebrate his birthday as a Librarians Day. The story goes like this. Even he was a faculty in mathematics. Even he came to Mangalore Government College to teach mathematics. After a few years, there was a vacancy of university librarian at University of Madras. He applied to the post of university librarian at Madras University. He got appointment as a librarian, university librarian at University of Madras. What happens? A faculty member of mathematics became a librarian of Madras. He went into the library. He worked for a few weeks. What happened? He experienced solitude. The library in 1920s are not like libraries of today. He get bored to work in a library because teaching profession is an interesting profession. Even library profession is an interesting profession for me because of all users are coming to the library and they request this, that, and we provide, and it's an interesting profession for us as well. But what happened now? That library at that point of time, nobody was coming to library. He got bored. Ranganathan got bored. He went back to the university management and said, I don't want to work in the library anymore. Please give my profession, that position is there, no? That teaching profession, please give me that profession back. I'll work as a faculty in mathematics. Interesting what happened next. Management agreed on one condition. The university management agreed on one condition. What was the condition? Okay, we will keep that teaching profession, that teaching position vacant. We don't fill up that post. But you have to go to UK and to undergo a course of 9 months and come back. After coming back, still if you feel that you don't want a library position, we will give back the teaching position. This is the turning point in his life. I tell you why. The Ranganathan, he went to UK to undergo a librarianship training. What happened? He saw the libraries in UK, even the public libraries in UK. They were well established. All type of users were going into the library. Even children were using the library. Books were kept in open shelves. The library system was functioning very well in UK. Now, this made him to think about the libraries in India. After completion of these 9 months, he came back to India. He never asked the management his teaching position back. He got interested to work in the library. After coming back from UK, he reorganized the Madras University Library and he also worked hard to make library a more attractive place to the users. Users started coming to library. He used a system called column classification to number the books. Even you follow column classification? Okay. Some of the libraries, they follow column classification to give numbers to the books for classification. And he cataloged the books, and he wrote a book called 5 Laws of Library Science. Very interesting. 5 Laws of Library Science, he wrote a book. In the first law of library science is books are for use. A very simple sentence for you and for me as well. But I can talk about 1 hour on that law, how we should make books, maximum use of books in the library. That is what the law says. Why he has made that law is, during that time, 1920 or 24, books were locked in the shelf, in the cupboards. Not only that, they were chained to the shelf, like we chain the glass to the water cooler. So they were chaining the books to the shelf at that time. Why they are doing so? The main the concept at that point of time about library is books are for preservation. It is not to read, it is for future generation. That was the concept at that point of time. Among the people, Ranganathan said, books are not only for preservation, they are for use. That is the first law. And he says, the library building should be attractive, the exterior should be inviting. That means as soon as you see the building, students or the users should feel that they should come in, and interior should be attractive. And he talked about the working hours of the library, that it should be longer hours. He was not talking only about the academic library, he was talking about public library as well. He was telling that library should not close on the holidays. You see the public library, whether they are closing on Sundays, I do not know whether you are going to public library or not. Public libraries, they don't close on Sundays, because books are for use. If you close it on Sunday, who will use that book? And he has also mentioned that you have to keep it for longer hours. See the public library, they don't close at 5 o'clock. Public libraries are they are open till 7, 8 or something like that. So Ranganathan was very particular about the usage of the books, the usage of the documents in the library, because library spends a huge amount on that. Academic libraries, they have their own limitations, because the manpower is required if you keep it open on the evening hours as well. But public libraries, definitely they can do that. And now if you see the public libraries, they keep it on all days open. So this is Ranganathan's contribution to the field of libraries. They keep it open on all days and Sundays also. And you talk about Ranganathan, what he says is, every reader should get his or her book. That's the second law. Every reader should get his or her book. What do you mean by every reader? Even children should get the book for reading in a public library. Have you seen a public library? There is a separate children's section. So this is what Ranganathan's contribution to the field of library and library science. What happened is, at that time, children were not allowed to touch the book. Why? They tear the pages. Okay, Ranganathan said, no, you should give books to the children as well. They should read. So like that, and he was also talking about the blind people. So see, blind people, there are books called Braille books. So he is telling that every reader, even a person who is physically challenged, should get books to read. So he has mentioned about that, and public libraries you will find braille books where the blind people can read. And he also mentioned about the libraries in prison, and even the prison is having a library. So every reader should get his or her book is his statement in the second law of library science. So if I say like this, it will take 1 hour and madam will tell, I think the time will up. So I don't go elaborately with all laws of library science. This thing like that third law is every reader, his or her book. Fourth law says, save the time of the reader. Reader's time is to be saved, and technology needs to be implemented in the libraries. As your librarian was talking about library automation. So this is one of the way how we can save the time of the reader. And fifth law is about library is a growing organism. So madam was mentioning that library was in another place and it shifted to be this room, something like that. So library grows. As the document grows, the library also grows, and number of users increases. So library is a growing organism. So this is about a major contribution of Ranganathan to the field of libraries is 5 laws of library science. And he is the one who contributed a lot to the field of library science as well. He started certificate course in library science under Indian Library Association in Chennai. At that time it was Madras. And he has started a bachelor's degree program in library science in Delhi University. After working for 2 decades in the University of Madras, he went into Banaras Hindu University as a professor of library science, and then he went into Delhi University as well. And then he established a documentation research training center in Bangalore as well. So this is about Ranganathan. So libraries were in bad shape in 1920s or so. Then he saw the libraries at UK, and then he thought that similar kind of setup should also be there in India, and he made his best effort to develop the libraries. Even he, who put his best effort to enact the Tamil Nadu Public Library Act in the year 1948. And Tamil Nadu, I believe, is the first state to enact Public Library Act. And even in our Karnataka is also having a Public Library Act. It was enacted in the year 1965. So almost all states in India have Public Library Act. So in that act it is mentioned that free services are to be given to the users of the public library. So you will not see any charges to make use of public library. And how we can pay tribute to Ranganathan is, see, Ranganathan has mentioned about so many things about the libraries, how the library should be. And he has mentioned about the role of the librarian. So librarian here in the center point of this library is a user. So user needs are there. We need to satisfy the user needs. And thanks to technology, now we have internet, we have so many other things as well. We have e-books, we have online journals, and all those things could be utilized to disseminate the knowledge. So I do not know how you feel about an e-book. So the books which are in print form, now e-books are also getting added to the library collection. In our library, so I am working in a KMC library Manipal, where we have around 20,000 e-books. I do not know about your perception on e-books. And even when we have a print book and an e-book, which one you prefer? Which one you prefer to read if you have a print and print? Okay, fine. So even this is an opinion which I get in our library as well. But there are advantages of e-books over print as well. You can put a headphone, you can plug in, and you can read an e-book. You can close the eyes and the e-book reads itself. Okay, so those kind of books are also there. And suppose if you have a presentation to be done and you want to have a picture from that particular book, if it is an e-book, you can export that to the PPT as well. So there are so many advantages. Searching will be very easy. If you just type a topic, you can get a required chapter from a book. And even you need not issue the book. It will be there on your device. So now the technology has changed. So e-books are coming into the library collection. And not only that, the online journals and online databases as well. So they all help to keep a user up to date. So libraries are changing, libraries are transforming now from print to digital. But print is always there, as somebody has mentioned here. Print book has its own advantage, so you can read it at your convenient way. But online is also more convenient than print in some aspect, because 24/7 you can use that, and even you can type a topic and get the required document from that. Okay, with this, I also would like to tell that libraries are implementing RFID technology. We have at our library that it is easy for you to issue a book from the library. Even user himself can issue a book using RFID kiosk. So we have to paste an RFID tag into the book. Issue systems will be very easy, and even if anybody takes the book out of the library, so there will be a RFID gate and siren will come, so that it has been authorized, somebody is taking it out unauthorizedly. So RFID system is also into the library system, and libraries are developing, they are transforming. You cannot see the libraries as the libraries before. So libraries have been modernized and technologies are being adopted, and having so much effort put by the libraries, now there is also a responsibility of the readers. I come to that point. So I do not know how many of you are having a reading habit. Are you reading books daily? Okay, somebody are nodding their head. Okay, yes or no. So some are telling yes, some are telling no. But please, my request as a librarian to you all is read books. Gather the knowledge. Gather the information from the library books, so that you can excel in not only in the studies but also in the life as well. So many books are available now. Your library may be having those books, or the public library also. You can go to the public library nearest to your place and read the books. When I say read the books, I'm not talking about the books which you read for the examination. Yes, those books definitely you should read for the exam to get good marks. When I say you read the books, you should also keep the habit of reading general books. There are good books are there. See, there is a book called Atomic Habits. Atomic Habits book tells you how you can change your habit. Suppose you are having a habit of always getting up late in the morning. So there is a book which tells you how you can change your habit. You can ask me that if I read the book, I can get up early in the morning. No, you have to put your effort, but it gives you the strategy how you can easily change your habit. It doesn't mean that you doesn't want to get up early in the morning. You want to get up early in the morning, but the habit doesn't allow you. So there is a book on Atomic Habits. There's a title of the book which is there in the internet as well. There's a book on Who Moved My Cheese. There's a book on Who Moved My Cheese. Okay, wow, very good, thank you. I come to this, sir. So I'm very happy, thank you for having a book called The Power of Habit. This is a very interesting, see, habit, I tell you, madam, how many minutes more you will give me? How many more minutes? Thank you. Okay, so here, habit, when I see this habit, remove H. What happens? A bit remains. You remove A, again bit remains. Remove B, it remains. So strong the habit is. Doesn't mean that nobody want to change the habit. Some may be having of coming late to that class. I'm not talking about you, please don't think otherwise. So it is a common practice, it will be there. So it doesn't mean that the student doesn't want to come early, but it has become an habit. He is also helpless. Okay, you can say that, we will tell that why can't he change his habit? But don't worry, if you have a habit like that, there are books. The books acts like a guide, okay, like a philosopher, like a friend. So it gives you the method how you can change your habit. So many habits are like that. See, cluttering, putting your things here and there at home. So if it becomes a habit, then it is very difficult to break that habit. So there are books, thank you. And this is one more book he has shown me. Thank you very much for this. And there is a book called Who Moved My Cheese? Is that book is there? Who Moved My Cheese? A very interesting book. All of you should read. The title is little bit confusing. Why we should read Who Moved My Cheese? That's a book which talks about how to accept the change. How to accept the change. If I go on telling the story of that book, it takes at least 15 minutes, so I don't go into that. Okay, I tell you only the name of the book, Who Moved My Cheese. The central point of that book is, suppose you, after completion of the program, your program or your course, you are applying to the post. You got it? Yes, fine, thank you. No, you have not got that job. Don't get stuck into that thinking, why you have not got that job? Try for another job or another exam. So like that, it gives you a good lesson to you how to face the problems or how to solve the problems. Okay, the name of the book is Who Moved My Cheese. And there are a lot of books on time management. The main problem to the students, I know, that no time to read. Like tomorrow is an exam, no time to read, something like that. So how to manage your time? There are books on that. And there is a book called Secret. I do not know, do you know about that or not? It talks about how thoughts influences your work or your circumstances. So very good book. It is a bestseller as well. The name of the book is The Secret. It is available free in the internet as well. So you don't think that the book may not be there or something like that where we can read. It is there. It has become a movie as well. So good book which talks about the thought patterns. So I think with this I also want to tell you that we have an excellent library at Manipal. So library is in 5 floors and 1,300 users can sit at times, the sitting capacity of our library, and we have all facilities for the students to learn. And we implemented all the latest technologies which are required. We have a library web page in the network, campus network, and even from user from his place, he can remotely access to all the online contents. We call remote access. So that facility has also been given to the users. You are most welcome to our library. Please, if Madam permits, I think you could come to our library one day and you can enjoy seeing our library as well. With this, I thank Madam for giving me an opportunity to be part of this Librarians Day celebration, and I thank the librarian as well because he is my close friend. I know him more than 2 decades, it seems. He's my good friend as well. Thank you. I wish you all the best in your studies. Thank you. Please read. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. It was indeed a great talk, and we are very much enlightened by your words. Thank you. I acknowledge the presence of Mr. V.N. Puranik, retired RTO staff. I welcome you, sir. Now, I would like to request our beloved principal, Professor Dr. Nirmala Kumari Madam, to deliver presidential address.
Honorable Chief Guest of today, Dr. Shivanand Bhatt. Today's hero, our hero, Sadashiva sir. And from 2 years we have started to celebrate this Library Day. And at the outset, I wish to congratulate him for arranging this sort of a very good Library Day celebration. And my dear colleagues and dear students. I wish to tell you that unless I speak about S.R. Ranganathan, the Library Day will not be effective. You must have heard about Thomas Ebbington Macaulay. As a law student, if I ask, do you remember him? Certainly you will look at Sureka madam and say that it is he who codified Indian Penal Code. Can you remember which year? 1861. And first Law Commission came into existence. Law Commission recommended and it was Macaulay who codified the law. Do you think that till that time we were not at all having any law? We had. It was existing. So law is existing, but what is very, very important means it has to be codified in a proper way. It was Macaulay who codified the law. Like that, Ranganathan sir, he gave 5 rules. In addition to that, it was he who framed the classification of books. Law books will be classified like this sort of history books like. So the librarians follow these systems and they say that it is S.R. Ranganathan's system we are following. And always, when you come to the library, when you get the book, very easily we have to bow our heads to the great S.R. Ranganathan, who really helped us a lot to find a book. Now I wish to speak about our library. We have a very good library, full-fledged library. Not alone the hard books we have. Whatever the book it is available in the library is very much sufficient. Apart from that, this year we have added, that is online books, that CDJ Law Journal we have, AIR we have, and we have SCC we have. Everything is there in the library. It is hard copies of the books you have, soft copies of the books you have, and it is completely automated. And I request all the students to know about the library. So these are all the advantages. Beautiful reading room we have, and software copy, the things we have. We have Xerox and print facility, and you have the computers, etc. So what is the a very, very important thing for a student is that all the sweets have been kept before you. If your hands are tied up, it's of no use. So please come to the library. Just have the habit of reading certain books. Sir was telling who stole my cheese. That's a fantastic book. Always I remember the sentences. And habits he was telling, a bit it remains. Please remember, we do some vratas. Today is also a festival for us. We do some vratas. And do you know one mandala vrata like that we keep? 21 days, 48 days. Do you know the significance of it? You find in that book. They say that a bit it remains is there, you have to remember it also. Tea should be there, What has to be done? 21 days you practice. Get up early in the morning, 5 o'clock. Do it as a practice for 21 days. Then that becomes a habit. How to change your habit, how to frame your habit. There are so many books, and now you are all very lucky for the reason that instead of taking the book and clearing the dust, you have the soft copy of a book. Sir was telling, there are so who stole my cheese or habits or Dale Carnegie's book or all the management books are all available. So my request on this day, that is Library Day, keep the habit of reading some book. Before you go to your bed every day, write a sentence. What knowledge I have acquired today. As a law student, you can read one book, or you get AIR, All India Reporter. New books are available. So July edition is there, August edition is there. Just to go through it. The front page clearly says that which is the case that is decided this month. Just to go through that decision, beautiful decision will be there. So like that, every day, make it a practice. Every day, only one sentence, which book you studied on that day, which case you studied on that day. And all the teachers will be there. You can come and discuss. You can come and ask why the case was decided like this, what the law was applied here. So anyway, I'm very happy to see all of you, and we have celebrated the Library Day in a befitting manner. And I really thank Sir Shivanand sir. He has invited us to visit his library. At the same time, I wish to invite your students also, sir. If they have any legal problem, any legal book they wish to read, they can also come to our college. We can have an exchange of views with our students, with your students, sir. And surely, sir, we will make it a point to visit your college. And I thank all of you for giving me this opportunity of expressing my feelings with you. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. I now request our principal madam to bestow a memento to today's chief guest as a token of love and affection. Thank you, madam. Gratitude is the fairest blossom that springs from soul. I request Miss Shabari Shetty of 3 Final to deliver vote of thanks.
Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. A very good afternoon to on and on present here. I, Shabari Shetty of 3 Final, deem it as my privilege to propose the vote of thanks to each and everyone who have joined here to make this National Library Day program a memorable one. I would like to thank today's chief guest, Dr. Shivanand Bhatt sir, for taking time for his busy schedule to come here on this auspicious occasion and for enlightening us on the importance of library. Sir, on behalf of management, principal, staff members, I extend heartily gratitude. Thank you, sir. On behalf of all present here, I consider it as my honor to extend a heartfelt gratitude to our beloved principal madam for all her encouragement and providing us an opportunity to organizing this program. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to place my sincere gratitude to Sri Harikrishna sir for this presence. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our college librarian, Mr. Sadashiv sir, and all the library staff for initiating this program. Thank you all. I would like to thank General Secretary of our college, Sudharma and Sudhir. Thank you. I would like to thank all teaching and non-teaching staff for making this program successful one. Thank you. I extend my gratitude to all the members of Student Executive Council for helping in organizing this program and to all the students who are all present here to make this program I worthy one. Thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Shabari. Now we have come to the end of this program. On behalf of the organization, I extend a heartfelt gratitude to everyone for being present and making this program a successful one. Thank you one and all. Have a great day.